Many people wonder if they have the time and ability to be on a Calypso team. And so it's important for us to look at what are the obligations and the expectations. In many ways, a Calypso team doesn't add a whole lot to your daily life. It's focused around your work life, and so you're going to be going to work anyway. So in that standpoint, it's not really an outside obligation. There is the idea that you're going to meet once a month with your team. This could be for lunch. Hopefully you'll be grouped locally in your town. And so if this is a lunch, you can find a place that works for everyone. It might be that Saturday morning breakfast is better for everyone, and that's fine. So there's flexibility on when that meeting can be. But it's important to meet once a month. During these meetings, you'll be meeting with the other members of your team, and you'll be catching up on the assignments from the last meeting. This is also time for you to share joys that are happening, successes that you're having. This is also a time to share challenges and try to get help from your friends and your fellow teammates that are working with you in this project. But in each meeting, there will be a small agenda that's built around your assessment, your self-assessment that you do early on in the training process. And this self-assessment is simply for you to determine what areas do you need growth in, what areas are you strong in, and from that, you'll develop a learning plan, and then you'll stick to that to try to improve in those areas where you need some work. But these meetings will help hold you accountable. So early on in the meetings, the goal will be, first off, the easiest step is to connect with your Christian coworkers. If you haven't already done so, you probably have a lot of believers at your place of work. And so this isn't that hard. And then the follow-up meeting will be to talk about how did you do. Each of these meetings will have a theme, and that theme will change from week to week as the group progresses, as you deepen in your relationships, and as the training needs become more evident. We'll be able to go over those more thoroughly. In the second month's focus, you're going to be looking at mapping out who are your other coworkers. So now moving past your Christian coworkers, looking on to your non-Christian coworkers. What backgrounds are they from? What countries are they from? And kind of developing a mental map on where everyone is religiously, geographically, ethnically, etc., so you can better understand what your approach should be as you engage with people. So you can see that at each of these monthly meetings, there is an agenda. It's not a completely open-ended conversation that you just have to figure out what to say. There also is accountability. This is a time for you to kind of fess up on how you're doing, and this is good. We receive encouragement. I've been part of these teams myself, and it's always been good. Even if I might be struggling in my own relationships with people, perhaps someone else is having a success. And since we're walking through this process together, there's a sense of shared joy. Their joy becomes my joy, and my challenge becomes their challenge. And so the two of us walking together, we're able to get through this process. I had been in the workplace for a long time with a number of believers. And when I became much more intentional about connecting with them, it wasn't a formal agreement. I didn't have them sign a contract, and we didn't meet necessarily for regular meetings. It became just a very intentional thing where I would stop by their desk from time to time and talk with them about certain things, or we might grab lunch on occasion. And so in that way, we were able to create a much tighter knit community of believers there at the workplace. I know a lot of people start Bible studies and do more overt public things, but it doesn't have to be that big. It's simply the idea that you are connecting with other believers and that there's a sense of the unified body there at your place of work. Calypso starts with a short half-day training, and this training is to provide some basic theory for you, to get you thinking, to get the wheels turning. It's also to group you with other people that are in your area and to come up with a basic learning plan. This learning plan will help you assess what are your strengths and your weaknesses, what do you know, what do you not know, and how do we come up with a learning plan specifically designed around you and your needs at your place of work. The main focus of the monthly meeting is to resource each other, to encourage each other, and then finally to provide accountability.